Hey guys, it's Angelica with Max Tech, and I've been using the Galaxy Z Flip 4 for about a week now, and I want to talk about my experience with using a flip phone for the first time, both the positives and the negatives, and if I can see myself buying one of these in the future. First, I want to start with the design and how different using this thing is compared to my iPhone. As far as quality, it is amazing. It's so solid, it feels great in the hand, it's gorgeous, and unlike the iPhone, its frame does not collect fingerprints at all, which makes it look really clean. Now, the main aspect of this phone is of course that it can be folded and compact. Carrying it in my pockets, it's definitely thick and not the most comfortable phone to have in your jeans. However, for guys that have more loose pockets, the Flip is actually more comfortable to carry in your front pockets because it does not jam into your body like bigger phones do. Along with that, in looser clothes like sweatpants, my iPhone would fall out of my pocket every time I get in and out of my car, but the Flip did not. It stayed in every time, which was really nice. Now, I wasn't expecting the hinge to be as sturdy and high quality as it is. This thing stays in literally any position you want without budging. But the downside with that is that it's really hard to get open with one hand, which really bothered me day to day, as in order to use it, you had to get it open first, which is a feat. Along with that, I don't have the biggest hands, and this phone is pretty big. It's a lot taller than my iPhone, which makes it really hard to use with one hand. For one, the volume buttons are almost all the way at the top of the frame, which is extremely annoying. I wish they were lower where the 5G antenna or fingerprint sensor is. Speaking of the sensor, I hate that it's built into the power button, and I wish it had an under-display scanner instead. That would make it a lot more convenient to use. Because of that, I've been using the facial recognition option instead, even though it's not as secure as Apple's Face ID. Now, onto the display. I wasn't sure how I'd feel about the crease, but after using it, I actually love it. It's extremely subtle and doesn't bother me in the slightest. When scrolling through text, you can't see it at all. It's seamless. However, a little thing that annoys me is the way that the screen protector has this cutout for the front camera. It's really distracting and it sticks out like a sore thumb compared to the quality of the rest of the phone. In my hands-on comparison, when I looked at the brightness, the Flip was dramatically dimmer than the iPhone. Then I went and saw that there is an extra brightness toggle, and after turning that on, the brightness reached about the same level as the iPhone. This is something that really bothers me about Samsung. Why do I have to go into the settings and turn on all of these things just for the phone to perform at the same level that an iPhone does out of the box? The quality of the display itself is amazing. I have zero complaints, and it's so nice to finally not have that horrid iPhone notch in the way. The Flip also has a 120Hz display, which is one of my favorite features of all time, and with that, it also has an always-on display option that you can turn on. However, that feature kind of goes to waste because of the Flip design. And as far as the speakers, they are just as good as the iPhone 13 Pro, so no compromises there. Now, this phone has a USB-C port, which is great for all the people that wish the iPhones had USB-C and are sick of Lightning. Being able to charge all your devices without having to bring a bunch of different cables everywhere is really nice. However, for me personally, it didn't really make a difference because I always use wireless charging. And with that, I love how the cover display shows your battery percentage while you're charging, so you can easily see when you've charged it enough. However, one big thing that I really missed having was MagSafe. I always knew that MagSafe was one of my favorite unique features of the iPhone, but not having it for a week with this phone really made me realize how much I cannot live without it. I use MagSafe every single day at work, and being able to see all of my notifications and use my phone while it's floating and charging right in front of me is really nice. It also means that I always go home every day with a full battery, and at home, if it ever gets low, I just throw it on my Belkin 3-in-1 that I love, and I can still do whatever I need while using it, like watching movies. I also recently started using this Moft wallet and stand just to prop up my phone when watching stuff, and it's so convenient that I don't think I can ever go back. And now let's talk about the cameras, and I'm honestly not super impressed with them. Max, Vadim, and I just did a blind camera comparison with this flip, the iPhone 13, and the Pixel 6a, and the less expensive iPhone 13 beat it out by a lot, and the flip even lost by 1 point to the super cheap budget Pixel phone. Not only that, but it costs $1,000, the same price as the iPhone 13 Pro, which has an extra telephoto camera and a LiDAR sensor, which gives you really good portrait photos. So if the regular iPhone 13 beats it out, then my 13 Pro is way ahead. Now, one benefit with the flip is that when it's closed, you can use the main camera on the back for selfies, resulting in much better quality images. Honestly, I don't really care too much about it and I can't see myself using it, but if you can see yourself using it, then it'll definitely come in handy for you. So, would I actually switch and use this phone permanently? Honestly, no. At first, I was super excited about the flip. I thought it was the coolest thing ever and that I would absolutely love it. But after actually using it, my mind has completely changed about the biggest feature of this phone, that it folds. Using it day to day, the flip aspect of it hindered my experience more than the benefits it provided. It's really hard to open with one hand, and while using it, it's so long that I literally cannot use it comfortably without using both of my hands. Along with that, I don't carry around a purse, so I always keep my phone in my pocket, and this thing is just so thick that I would rather just have an iPhone that sticks out. And after being so excited about the flip aspect, to me I've realized that it's kind of more like a gimmick. The Z Fold 4 makes a lot more sense to me now because you get this massive display that you cannot get anywhere else, but the flip left me disappointed. Now that is not to say that this is a bad phone at all, and I'm not trying to tell you that you will not enjoy it, but I've just come to the conclusion that it's not for me. If you're out there wanting to buy a flip phone or have used one in the past and liked it, then you are definitely gonna love the Z Flip 4. The quality is outstanding, the display and speakers are incredible, the crease is super subtle, and if you have big pockets, it's gonna be super comfortable to carry. And just overall, I think this phone will have great longevity and it'll look new and modern for years to come. So thank you for watching. If you guys like the channel, click the button above to subscribe and check out one of those 2 videos over there. This has been Angelica, the editor with Max Tech, and I'll see you in the next video.